Tim Willis, and today we're going to be looking at email templates in ClickFunnels 2.0. And so I'm in a funnel here that's not complete, but we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the email. So if we want to attach an email workflow, one way we can do that is just come here to this lightning bolt and click on it. And we'll load up all our email workflows. Now for this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and create a new workflow. And we're just going to call it test workflow 1. If this is just for demonstration purposes. Our event type, we're going to choose opt-in, and then we'll create our workflow. And it will take us into a workspace that looks, or working area, or however you want to say that. That looks a lot like the work area that our funnels reside in, but it's a totally different thing. We've got our trigger. You have to have a trigger. You have to have at least one trigger, which is our event type of opt-in. We can add more triggers if we want, and we just close. And then from there, we can add various things. By clicking on the plus sign, it'll bring us up a list of choices here. And so you can do all sorts of things here. But what we want to do is send an email. So when we do that, it's going to load up our email templates. And there's a bunch of templates here of different types, and you still have your previous emails here as well that you could just grab one of them. But if you want to create a custom template, something that you're going to use all the time, then that has to be a separate thing. So in my templates, you see I have created exactly one, and it's a very plain one. And in fact, it's just a logo, a headline, and a paragraph element, because then I can grab that template and fill in whatever I want to fill in. So it's very generic. What we're going to do today is create another email template. And in order to do that, we have to leave our workflow and get out of the funnel. And then we need to go down here to our workspace settings. And in our workspace settings, we need to scroll down our list here. So we load that up. You see we have the one template I've already created. And then we have the ones that have been imported. These are all the ones we saw that we choose from. And we also have recently used emails. So we could choose something from here. But what we really want to do is create something that we're going to use with our branding on it. So we're going to go ahead and just make something up here. So we're going to go create template in the upper right hand corner. On the name of Third Coast Funnels. Subject. All right, and that's all we have to do is just have the name and the subject line. And we can go ahead and create the template. Click that button. This takes us into the email editor. As you can see, our working area is on the left, and we have a tool panel on the right that has our content, our rows, and our settings. So we're going to start here by putting in an image. So we're going to grab this image box and drag it here on this row. We're going to click on Browse, and that will take us into what they call the File Manager instead of the image library like they do for the funnel side. I don't know why they called it something different, but they did. And you see we have a few things here that I've used, but not too much. Now there's our logo that I have on the other template that I've already created. I want to bring something else in. Once we're in the file manager, we can search for free photos. We could import photos from different places, or we could just upload a photo or an image. And that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload, and then we can choose what we want here, which is this little logo. It will download here. We can then click on insert, and there we go. We've got our logo. Now the width is set to auto width normally, so we want to turn that off. That's way too big. We're going to make that about 15, I think will do good. Kind of what your yard pull off. You also can make it full width on mobile if you check that box. Other than that, you can align it. You can apply effects. You can change the image. You can put in alt text. You can make it clickable and have it go somewhere else, like a web page, email, make calls to SMS, and just need to put that in right there. And then at the bottom here, we have some padding adjustments that we can make. Then I'm going to go ahead and add another row. You don't have to, you could just put something in there, but I like to use a separate row for images and text on the emails. And then for our content, we're going to choose title. I don't know why they call it title, and just not headline, but that's what they did. We're going to put welcome to the third coast here. And this isn't going to be a real email I'm sending out, so it doesn't matter what I'm putting here. But again, we're going to have some properties here that we can put. If we select our title, we see title properties. Now we can write with AI. We set the H1 by default. It's bold. We can make it bigger. Font, let's do that. Make it 30. We can change the text color. And then we'll just make that flat. And then I'm going to put a paragraph element below that. And we will just put something here. Okay, hello, how are you? That's pretty famous. All right. And again, we can adjust the font, make that 20. We can actually choose a different font. We'll put Droid Serif. Text color, we'll keep black. Any color we're not going to mess with. We can align that if we wanted to. We have some paragraph spacing and line height, letter spacing, text direction. So you actually can reverse this if you want to be fancy. Just like that. And cranky. All right, then you have some padding options at the bottom, of course. All right, so I think this all looks pretty good for what it is, because I just want to create a little starter template here that I can add things to, so that I can pull it in as a template whenever I'm creating emails. And I already have the logo, the headline that we can change, and the start of a text paragraph. So that looks pretty good. So at this point, we can publish and exit. Now, since we don't have the workflow actually turned on, we don't have to worry about anything there. All right. And it brings us back to here. And so we could discard this, or we could edit the design. That's all we can really do. There's an option to provide a plain text version. We're not going to do that. So let's go now back to our main section, get into our funnels. We're going to go back to that same funnel we we're in. So we can test out to make sure that our template really did get saved and it's available. You go to our workflow. And then we're going to click on the plus sign and choose send email. And we come to my templates. There we have our new template we just created right there. We can choose that, put in our information here. We can create an email. That's going to bring us back here because it's sort of a two-step process. You choose the template first, and then you'll come back in here, press the three dots, edit email. So bring it back up. And this will put us right in the editor this time. And now we can go in here and add whatever we want. Boom. Publish. And then we're done for now. It brings us back into our work area with our email workflow. And then we can proceed on, press plus sign, and do other things. And the thing about that is, in this work area for your workflows, by default, it's going to be turned off. So what we're working on right now isn't actually live on the internet until we click that button right there. And when you do that, it will tell you it's going to enable the workflow. So this is just for test purposes, for the purpose of video. So we're not going to turn that on. And then that is pretty much it. So that is an explanation of how you can create a custom email template in ClickFunnels 2.0 and how you go about using it. So my name is Tim Willis. I'm certified ClickFunnels funnel builder. I make tutorial and demonstration videos on ClickFunnels, building sales funnels, web page design, and the tools that we use to do all those things. That is the video for now. I'll talk to you later. We're